Okay, so I think we can start and let people join during the meeting.
Sure, good with me.
Ok, bună tuturor, eu sunt Alexandra de la echipa Heart of Robots. Astăzi am făcut această întâlnire cu scopul de a avea o perspectivă a unei persoane cu o experiență destul de vastă în FTC asupra premiilor și a premiului în special Dean's List. Uh, o să o las pe Bibi mai departe să vă explic exact cum o să decurgă această conferință. Hei, deci pe parcursul conferinței o să avem așa niște mici criterii, să zic. Deci prima dată o să vă zică Chuck, o să vorbească el liber timp de 30 de minute despre criteriile de jurizare și după aceea vom avea 30 de minute pentru întrebări. După aceea o să fie exact aceeași structură pentru premiul Dean's List. Dacă în timp ce vorbește Chuck aveți întrebări micuțe, scurte de moment, lăsați-le, vă rog, în chat și o să le transmitem noi lui Chuck mai departe. V-am ruga foarte mult dacă puteți să scrieți întrebările în engleză și la final, dacă le puneți, să le puneți în engleză, ca să înțeleagă și Chuck. Și la final, când o să fie sesiunea de întrebări, ridicați mâna și o să vă deschidem noi microfonul, gen pe parcurs, ca să nu ne intersectăm unii peste ceilalți, doar să fiți pe față când vă deschidem microfonul. Cam atâta și sper să vă ajute pe cât mai mulți această conferință. Chuck, you can start.
Well, thank you guys. I am honored and humbled to be part of your webinar, and thank you for inviting me for this creative way to assist teams either in Romania or anywhere that they are interested in. Thank you so much, and that was very, very gracious of you guys. I am gonna share a little bit about myself. Hopefully, you guys can see my screen. So, my name is Chuck. Of course, I am a senior JA for First in Michigan for FTC. I've been volunteering with First since almost 2016. I am a volunteer with First Global Challenge as well since 2017, since it started. I am an event director. You can see a lot of acronym in First. So I am the event director. I worked as volunteer coordinator, judge, senior judge advisor at World Championship. I was a First League Challenge head judge, FTC judge advisor. I'm pretty much involved in all First program, the First Lego League Challenge, FTC, FRC. I emphasize a lot on FTC. I do, however, assist and judge or JA for FLL, for First Lego League and FRC. I am heavily involved in Michigan, Italy, soon Spain, and Panama. I've assisted Lithuania and Moldova with their region in some of their new FTC region. Without further ado, like Alexandra and Bianca probably mentioned of what we're going to be discussing and how the chats and the Q&A. So I'll leave that the way you guys mentioned it. But for my English speaker, uh, we will have a Q&A session, half an hour. The first hour is going to be about awards in general. Then the first half of it will be, little presentation, and then we'll open it for Q&A. Q&A, you can send a chat message, or you could wait for that topic to be discussed on, and you can raise your hand, or you can put it in the chat, and Alexandra will facilitate. However, during Q&A, you can just raise your hands and ask the question. I do want to remind everyone that this is a recorded webinar, so be advised if you don't want to speak, if you don't want to share your screen, perfectly fine. The chat is available, but we do want to make sure that this is recorded, and we'll make sure to let you guys know. Um, so I want to start with the new season. So basically they change the way that you can find your what you're looking for, right? It's kind of like deceiving, but kind of like more of a nice way once you get used to it. So basically, if you go to program challenge, first act challenge, it'll give you like three options in here, and if you click in here, it will give you a bunch of stuff, the season material in here, right? But I'm gonna give you a trick. If you back up a little bit in here, and you got see this here, this website that says, or this link says FTC dash resources dash FTC that first dot firstinspires.org will take you straight to this page. You click on this, it will give you all these options for volunteers, for events people, for teams. Mostly teams gonna focus on the current game and season material. If you want something about the field resources, it's here. And those are, you can go back to it once you click on here, give you a bunch of stuff. So I'm not going to focus a lot on this, but this is where you, as a new team or as a returning team, to look at manual. Please focus on manual updates. We are on manual update, team update 12. This is a combined manual. If you click in here, it will give you a PDF version. If you click in here, it will give you HTML version. And if you click in here, this is a new one. It's AI chatbot about the manual. Manual section by section, updated based on whichever section had the most recent update, will be reflected here. It says V2, V1, V7. This is the latest update that V12 just was launched or was set, is about the game rule. So you can see which one is the latest update that reflects for this manual, right? Uh, One thing too, the team updates are here. So 00 all the way to 12. So if you want to look at particular updates, latest team updates, team update 12, combined team updates. This is all one PDF with all the updates. I do recommend for you guys, for new teams, to sign up for team updates in here, so that way you can get notification of a new team update. So if you are in the technical part, the new updates on technical, you can refer to it. If you are in a team attributes updates, you can refer to it. Again, my focus is going to be on awards. This is why we are. That's why. So if you click on awards, a PDF will open up. Same thing as I did earlier here, and that's what you pertain for this award. FTC is not only about award and it's not about competition. FTC, it's about everything. It's about how you build your robot, how you learn, the process of learning, documentation. It's not about winning or losing. It's not about winning or making or don't make it. It's about your journey. It's about what you learn throughout the years, right? Since you started, or if it's your last year, it's about how you can make your last year the best out of it, right? I have multiple seniors on this call that I know of. They are excited. They want to give back. They want to preparing for volunteer in the same time, and they want to take care of their schools, the college. So all these are life requirement or something you have to follow through before you do what you dream of. Um, just the award hierarchy, which is what are the awards, right? So the awards encompass in this little slide right here, right? Uh, I'm not gonna start. I'm gonna start from bottom up, right? Just a side note, sidebar. The advancement this year is based on points, not based on awards. So the awards don't have hierarchy in a way of like, this is award first, second, third. It used to be inspire, then think, then this and that, but now it's based on points. We're not going to talk about this. It is actually discussed in the game manual under the advancement. So if you click on advancement, you can see how much you get points, right? But of course, everybody's points, the highest points you will get is 60 points for award for first place, inspire 30 points for second place, and 15 points for third place. So definitely inspire is the creme de la creme of the award. However, all these awards have the same point value, including Judges' Choice Award. Judges Choice Award was not an advancing award before, but now Judges Choice Award, if you win Judges Award, it's equivalent as a first place for any of the other awards. Just FYI. So keep that in mind. There are two different type of award besides the Think and the Judges Award. These awards are we call them the MCI, which is the Machine Creativity and Innovation, and it does include Design Award, Control Award, and Innovate Award. TA or Team Attributes Award, that's a non-technical award. It does include the Connect Award, Reach, and Sustain. So those two awards are kind of like birth of an award that was retired. It's the Motivate Award. So we used to have Connect and Motivate, but now Connect stayed. Motivate is split into almost two clear award, and it's Reach Award and the Sustain Award. And we'll talk about these. The Think Award is strictly Engineering Portfolio Award, or I should say not Engineering Portfolio, I should say Team Portfolio, because that they changed the name from Engineering Portfolio to a Team Portfolio. And we discussed that earlier. It's more meaningful this way because it does include everything about the team work and the team, what the team did as a whole, not only engineering stuff, not as an engineering process, but everything the team accomplished from actually January 1st, 2025. So everything that was included or everything that you have worked on starting January 1st, 2025. So beginning of this year, so 1 year ago, the past little bit, almost 11 months, you can include everything in this in this Reach Award, which reflect into the Think Award. The Judges Award has different category. It's not a categorized. We'll talk about it. So I want to make sure that we stay on time. I want to go over these awards so you can see these awards, but I'm gonna go over the award structure. So the Judges Award, what does it? How does judges come up with the winner, right? So there's engineering portfolio involvement. Certain awards require engineering team portfolio. I keep saying engineering portfolio, right? The structure interview, which is the morning interview, they call it structured now for a reason because it's structured. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not like combining of everything. So it is called structured interview because it does have a structure to it. Pit interview and event volunteer feedback. Definitely event volunteer feedback reflect on the gracious professionalism and GP. So make sure your gracious team, your great team, make sure spread that GP, spread that competition throughout the event, not only when you play in or when you're being interviewed. I'm gonna jump straight to the reason this is the structure interview that I discussed. Why is it called structure? Because it's a systematics 1 to 6. Team arrive, 5 minutes or less presentation, 5 minutes or more, depends. Sometimes team have presentation, sometimes don't. So it doesn't matter. The presentation is not required, but it is up to you how you want to present to the judges. So it could be, like I said, 5 minutes or less. That means if the team doesn't have presentation, they can just go straight to Q&A, right? Then 5 minutes or more, it could be the team have presentation or they can stay a little bit. The team leave, the judges confer. That means the judges talk. They put you've seen the feedback. So the judges put that feedback right away and then based on the structure interview, and the next team arrives. So it is structured. So there's no out of this sequence going back and forth. And it's explained in here. So there's, if you want to know, it's not secret. It's like, oh, I wonder what the judge is going to ask me. The judge can ask you something out of this, you know, judging question bank. Again, this is not a secret to anyone. You can always look at it. So the judges can ask questions out of for any of these awards based on this document, right? So it could be any of these questions, or the judge can ask any question. Required or not required, this is something different than you'll see in judging. Why is this required here, not required, or whatnot? Why this is empty? So again, this is not secret. This is something you have access to. Pit interview, again, the judges may go to pit interview, talk to you about in general, talk to you in teams, and they can record more information about what you present to them, what you share with them, and the judges will listen to you, will discuss with you based on what you share. So make sure when you have a pit interview, make sure you have people that stays in the pit and wait. Make sure you have people that represent the team in the pit, and don't be afraid or don't be shy to tell the judges like, hey, we are in a match right now, or hey, the person who would like to talk to you can explain more about our team is maybe doing something. Maybe you can come back, or we can just call them really quick. So don't be shy to let the judges. The judges are there to listen to you, not to like, oh, you're not there, we're not gonna talk to you. The judges will always accommodate you in any possible way that you need to. So this is the pit interview, very important. And it's not only if you qualify for awards, pit interview is for all the teams, just to let you know. The Sustain and Reach Award. So the Sustain and Reach Award is a let me tell you something here. Pit interview 614. The judges consider ongoing sustained outreach to be higher quality than occasional one or ran off. So that means if you have a continuous sustain and reach, that means, and I'll talk more about these particular ones. What is sustain and what's reach? So it's not like one thing. It's a continuous, like from specifically the reach award is will emphasize on this year's reach. Like I said, starting January 1st, 2025, you can include all this in your reach uh, presentation or discussion. And is what you've done this season. Even though the season started September of this year, we'll usually go back up to that year to make it count for the teams that decided to start, or rookie teams, or the teams that they've been working since the beginning of the year. The team judge award rules. So team portfolio do have limits, right? And it's very important to have a team portfolio to show how strong your team is, to demonstrate what your learning process is, to demonstrate your design flow, your engineering, your design engineering. I think we are 11:23, so I'm gonna take 10 minutes out of the Q&A. Hopefully, there's not much questions because we started a little late. The engineering portfolio, again, it's very important for certain awards. So if you qualify for certain award, basically, if you don't have a team portfolio, you cannot qualify for Inspire, right? Because you need to be qualified for, you have to be nominated certain awards to be nominated for Inspire, let's say. Inspire will tell you on the award that engineering portfolio, actually Inspire is not an award, it's what cumulative of different award. Uh, Inspire is an award, but it's not described with the requirement on in the award manual. That's what I wanted to say, or I should have said. It is 15 pages, no more than 15 pages. Judges will not look more than 15 pages. And people will say, it's like, okay, this is a paper. Is this a page or this is a page? Actually, this is a page. Page, one page. So if you flip it, another page. So if I wanna give you an example, I'm gonna here this page. So this is a page one, and if you flip it, this is page two, right? So 15 pages. you can include the first page on your manual or on your portfolio. The first page, your team name, team number, whatever. This is not considered. But if you have a page that have a table of contents, that is considered a page. Just to let you know, right? Uh, Most consists of one page, one cover page, including team number, team name, portfolio content, team organization sponsor. So if you can make the first cover page is everything that you want to, like your team, your sponsor, table content. This is not included in the 15. This is just a way to put your team number and team name. Most important out of all this is your team name or team number. I'm sorry. No more than 15. So if you have a blank page in your portfolio, it's not considered a page. Just FYI. So you can talk more. And if you have any questions specifically about this, make sure put on the chat. AI is 100% acceptable in FTC, but you do have to mention portfolio created by team XYZ, XXX, and ChatGPT. So you do need to emphasize, you need to make it clear for the judges, because if the judges suspect and know the sequence of it, AI involvement or ChatGPT, whatever it is, then you need to include that in your portfolio. If you use 0.05% ChatGPT, just put it. It's not gonna hurt you. As portfolio must be submitted on time as requested based on the event you are on. I'm gonna go to the next one. These are the awards that this is the sequence of award, and every this is based on the event. I'm gonna skip all these. So here's the Inspire Award, which is here, but it's not like somebody's gonna be like, oh, I'm here to talk about Inspire Award. No. So the Inspire Award is the creme de la creme, is the highest, highest award that FTC team can accomplish. Uh, this team received this award based on demonstration that team is a strong ambassador of first program and role model of first team. This team is a top contender of many other judge award and is a gracious competitor. What does that mean? Contender. That means you are a contender in a thing award. You are a contender in multiple MCI or one or whatever. So the more you rise up in different award, you can be contender, or you can be on the Inspire Award list. So to be an Inspire team, award team, you have to be a strong team in all awards, not only one award, right? In all awards combined. And it tells you, every award will tell you this team must submit a portfolio, right? To be a contender for Inspire, you must submit a portfolio. These are almost the same as the I'm gonna go real quick in here to show you. If you go in here, volunteer resources and the volunteer manual. So there's a judges, or there's a. Let me tell you where. There is a feedback form here, which it is included in here. So this is similar to the feedback form, right? And it tells you what is required, and what is encouraged, right? Pretty much, if you read this word by word, you should understand it. The Inspire Award celebrates the strong quality of all judged award. A team must be strong contender for at least one award in each of the following judge category, right? Like I said, that you have to be at least nominated for one of these, one of this, and the thing award, which is the portfolio. If you nominate all three, and you nominate all three of the team attribute and the thing, guess what? You're gonna rise higher, right? So the more you focus on all the award, the more you're contender for the Inspire Award. Again, this is very straightforward. The team must be positive, inclusive, team member contribute success team. So these are very straightforward information. Think Award, which is this judge award is given to team that best reflect the journey of the team it took as they experienced their season, the content of the team portfolio. So basically, Think Award is about the team portfolio. So the best, the greatest, or the highest team portfolio that was presented or that was submitted for the judges is a strong contender for this award. This team must submit a portfolio. The portfolio must include the engineering content for the technical people, which includes at least one of the following. If you include all of them, guess what? You will rise up in all the stuff, right? The portfolio may include information about resources which include any number of the following. Example, how the team learn from team mentors and or development plan. This is sustain. How the team recruit new people, sustain. How to team identify goals, track progress towards the goal throughout the process. So this is encourage. And I would recommend treat encourage as required, right? Uh, it is there for a reason, right? And encourage portfolio information elsewhere in a clear and intuitive manner, right? My recommendation, even if it's encouraged, treat it as required. Um, Connect to word. So there is a debate between like the difference between connect and different award. So I'm gonna show you the difference between. Then I'll go back because I want to share this slide here, and that way I can talk about the rest of the word. So the Frustrated Team Awards Award. Connect Award focuses on the skill development generally and with encouragement to engage with the science, right? Technology, engineering, and math communities. So connect is how the team connects to the STEM community, STEM or STEAM if you include the A, right? So how do you connect to the science? Example, recruiting a mentor to help the team with computer programming might count for the Connect Award. You go have invite one of the science or technology or engineering people to come present for your school, for your team, or you include somebody in your visit. So anything that has to do with the STEM community, right? Not first, STEM. Reach Award focuses on the outreach to individuals or organizations in general. STEM focused or not, the team's outreach should support the first community. How did you create a team in a new school might count for Reach Award? Assisting FTC award, FTC team might count towards Reach. Assisting First Lego League teams, organizing, spreading first, teaching about first, and starting a new team, a new school, sister team, all these uh, contribute to the Reach Award. Reach is how are you making first reachable or how are you spreading first. It's not only first, again, it's not STEM focused or not. The team outreach support first community. How are you supporting the first community? By helping other team, by starting new team, by webinars. Sustain Award, the team must use hardware or software specifically to improve the robot functionality. Sustain, it's a big word. It has a lot of definition. But if you look at the difference, right? We're talking about difference. We're not talking about everything about this award. The team uses hardware software specifically to improve robot functionality. This is not limited to auto period of the match. Also, the team must submit a portfolio which includes the control element. I'm sorry, I'm a wrong one. Sustain award. I'm reading control. I'm completely different. My bad. Apologies. Sustainable focus on how the team sustain itself and does planning. How do you keep your team going from year after year? How do you train from the senior that are leaving? How are they leaving their legacy and how they are teaching the newcomer, the rookie team member in the team. This is the plan of how are you keeping the team alive after you leave as a senior or throughout the year. There are different ways for the team can plan, and judges should look at this very broadly, right? We look at it in general. The team need to show that they are tracking progress. So make sure you track progress. Make sure you put some graphs, some numbers. Don't create those. Make sure you have some sort of metrics that you can use to prove your theory, prove not theory, prove your work. Example team has created a financial budget which track income and expenses. This is part of the team sustain, right? Budget, how you continue with the new members, how your team stays alive, how much can you budget, how much can you work. Let's say if you don't have a sponsor, how do you reach for sponsor? How do you keep sponsor engaging and all this stuff? So that's why I wanted to emphasize on this slide, since this one award came on, so you know what the difference. The Judge Award is given to the Connects local science, technology, engineering. Like I said, this is very, let's say this one does not require portfolio. Otherwise, it would have been mentioned here as required, and it's mentioned here. A portfolio is not required for this award. But again, portfolio is very important for all other award or the Inspire Award. Connect, reach, like I said, I'm gonna read this real quick. The team's goal for the development of new team skills and the steps for the team has taken will take to reach their goals. This is the connect, right? Provide example of developing personal or virtual connection with the individual in the engineering. You did a webinar with an engineer. You invited an engineer to your team or to talk to your school in order to promote STEM in your school or your community. The Reach Award. This award celebrity has introduced and recruited new people into FIRST through their effort. They have sparked others to embrace FIRST culture. Their portfolio is not included. The required team describe, display, document their outreach objectives and how their outreach activities support FIRST community. So reach, FIRST, connect, STEM. Put it that way as in your background, right? Connect with the STEM community, reach for FIRST culture, reach, FIRST, connect, STEM. That's how I memorize it. The sustain, again, it's a planning, the essential for the team continuity. It's the team budget, money, how you're gonna leave, who's gonna keep on your legacy, how your team is gonna stay. The innovate, control, and design. So out of those three, there's only one that require for which is the control award, because it has coding and has stuff. So you need to describe that in a team portfolio. So that is control is the only one out of the MCI awards or machine creativity award or the technical award that require portfolio. I'm gonna go back to my slide here to tell you about the difference between design, innovate, and control. Design award rewards simplicity, efficiency, and ease of maintaining of the entire robot, the whole robot, not design of particular drive, the whole award, the whole robot. We are looking for a machine that looks like it was put together with a strong design purpose. Innovate award reward innovate thinking, creativity, ingenuity, and team is able to describe, display, document how the team arrived to a design solution for could be feature, could be whatever it is. The innovation can be single component like specific attachment, or can be the entire robot. Control award is the team uses hardware or software specifically to improve the robot. Hardware is your sensor, limit sensor, light sensor, whatever it is that you use as hardware. It could be a combination of both hardware and software. Or it could be software only, based on how you drive, based on how you move. Your hardware and software combined could be your limelight. This is not limited to outer period of the match, not only for autonomous, for throughout the whole competition. The tele-op and uh, the auto period, the tele-op, and the final, the last when you climb or when you have to park, whatever. The team must submit a portfolio which includes the control element. So the control is very important because it shows your coding skills, your engineering skills, and how you can correlate uh, hardware and software. I'm gonna go over this real quick. We're almost done with the awards. To innovate again, it's about. Let me go in here and see if I all right, so I'm gonna go back with design first. So the design award is the overall design, not only particular component. It's just overall design of the robot. Does it sustain like the rigors of the game? How does it distinguish itself from other aesthetic? A team must be able to describe, demonstrate how the robot is elegant, efficient, simple, executable. So that is overall design. If you look at Innovate, the team described, display, document example of team engineering content that illustrate how the team arrived to their design solution as a general, but it can take about a unique creative or unique on its design. Could be unique feature, could be the arm, could be the way this season you're gonna shoot your balls or how you maneuver. This is a unique feature, how you came up with this innovative idea or innovative design, right? Control award again. This is a hardware software control component of the robot, which challenges each component system is intended to solve, and how does each component work by itself or as combined. Uh, we talked about design. Judges Choice Award, right? The award is optional. It's not given to all first challenge events. It depends on the event. But during the competition, this is exactly what this judges award. I can make this a little bigger here. I should have done that earlier, but I want to show my whole screen. During the competition, the judging panel may meet a team whose unique effort, performance, or dynamics merit recognition but does not fit into any of the other award category. It does not mean rookie. It doesn't mean rookie, right? You could be right there, but you didn't make it. You didn't make to that award, let's say. Or you could be a rookie. It doesn't matter. It's not this judges award is not for rookies. They're not for a rookie team. Most people think, oh, we're gonna get judges award. It's not. You may not. So it could be a team that's been 10 years, but this year they had a new team member. They have some issues, let's say, but they can qualify for this award. So it doesn't mean you're a rookie. Again, during competition, judging panel may mean new team whose unique effort, performance, or dynamic recognition, but does not fit into any other award. To recognize these unique teams, first offers Judges' Choice Award, which is equivalent to first place award of any of other design or connects or anything like this. I am done with me talking about awards in general. If you have any questions, you can send them in chat. I don't see anything in the chat. I'm not sure if this is my chat. But if you have a question, you can raise your hand, or you can just like speak if there's nobody speaking. Silence.
Ok. Are cineva întrebări de aici? Dacă nu vreți să vorbiți, puteți să le puneți și în chat.
I can keep talking if you guys want, but you tell me. Looks like there's an award here. There's a message award. Which award do you think is the most achievable for a rookie team? All awards. All awards. Okay, so I'll go back the other way. Which one are not most achievable, right? So uh, as a rookie team, maybe sustain. It may not be something that you can show because you just started, right? You're a rookie, so everybody knows you're a rookie. And if you tell, oh, we started in this summer, but we did this earlier the year, there's something wrong there. So everything is achievable by a rookie team, but the one that mostly you're not going to be able to to have too much information for, maybe sustain, but you never know. You can do a lot of outreach. You can do a lot of sponsorship. It shows like how your team is strong, how your team is dedicated. So definitely it is achievable. But sometimes teams struggle on those two awards, the sustain and the connect, and those are confusing award. Uh, but it is what it is. If you read them, they should not be confusing at all. Um, connect against them, reach first, sustain is about your financial or how you continuing. Okay, another question. What would you say is the thing that catches your eye first when you're judging a team? Oh, good question. Can I tell you about what my eyes said when I looked at Hearts of Robot? No, I'm just kidding. Uh, team dynamics. Team dynamics, mostly team dynamics. Like you can tell this is we call it a tight knit team, right? That means they are working together. They're always supporting each other. They are gracious with everyone, with themselves, with each other. Uh, so team dynamics, if you want to summarize it in one word or two words, team dynamics. Good question. How important are manners in FTC to you? I mean, again, gracious professionalism is teaching you manners. Uh, GP and your let me show you something here. Uh, gracious professional, our core value are more important. Again, when FTC, it's not about winning or losing. FTC is about what you learn and about your personality and how you came out of your shell, or you learned, or you taught, or you helped. So as long as you keep gracious professionals and competition as part of your core values as well as your core values, this is what we hear, we discover, we innovate, we impact other people, we get impacted by other people. The inclusion, teamwork, and fun. Most importantly, you're there to have fun. If you're not having fun, you have not accomplished spiritual questions, just let you know. So manners are very important. In the interview, how important is it for the team to be able to explain the underlying mathematics or physics of their mechanism? Uh, I'm assuming your question pertains to the structured interview, right? Or the interview. So I can answer this both. So in the structured interview, meaning like the morning interview, you only have you know 5 minutes, right, to present. It's a lot of information you want to share, uh, but sometimes you. So if you are systematic and you keep the if you show to the judges that this I'm worthy of you coming to visit me, and let them know it's like I can go in details to explain my mathematics or my coding. If you come visit me in the pits, I can explain to you more in general. I would love to talk to you more. You can say that to the judges. It's not a big deal. So it is hard, but in the pit interview, you can have as long as you want time, as long as the judges are aware that you're explaining or they keep you on time. Uh, should team highlight which award that they're working towards in their notebook? The answer is no. You should not highlight. I've seen teams that they put like, oh, this is for the innovation award, and they list certain things innovation. You don't have to mention award. We're not looking for award for the team. We're looking for the best team out there that share information with us. Do not say this is for this award, this is for this award. It's kind of like crying you want this award, but don't. Mostly you can say innovation, design, sustain. You can mention these in your team portfolio, but do not mention innovation award because it is obvious, and it is obvious that the judges are looking for innovation information for to that's gonna be for that award. So don't mention the award. My recommendation. Make sure I am in sequence. And how to do it, I think I did say how to do it. It's just like you can say innovation, team innovation, team sustain. You can use any word but award. You can use any word but awards. This is tongue twister. Common mistakes that can make you lose an award. Gracious professionalism. I say that out loud. Gracious professionalism. There's no common mistake that team. Remember, the judges are there to listen to you, to discuss with you, to listen, mostly listen to you and listen to your story and listen to your knowledge. So make sure your knowledge is valid. Make sure your stories are valid. Make sure your stories are I don't say convincing. Uh, the judges are human, and the judges judging is subjective, right? So something important to me may not be important to the other judge. So, and we try to train our judges to be fair and to know all these things that they should learn in order for judging to be equal throughout, which should be, which it is. Um, Let me see here. Common mistakes. What is the best way to organize our portfolio to make sure it is both easy to read and still has all the important details? Very good question. So the question is how what is the best way to organize our portfolio to make sure it's easy, to make sure it's both easy to read and still has all information. Uh, the best way is using the sequence on the award list if you want to, right? So I shared this with you earlier. Um, I shared this with you at the beginning. Uh, so uh, you don't need to put any inspire word. The team will know. You don't need to put any of this. But if the thing word is actually about the whole thing. So if you organize your table of content or your word your portfolio based on, it doesn't matter which one is which, right? But design and innovate, right? Design first, innovate, then control after, because remember, control is something that they want to see in the engineering portfolio or team portfolio, then they're going to talk about you more. So kind of like organize them that way, then put the team attribute information on this on the next section or the first section, however, it doesn't matter. As long as you are you're combining, as long as you're not like putting machine team attributes, machine team attribute, team attributes, the machine like sequence in your table of content, I think it should be more easy to read for the judges is when they look at the MCI award or MCI information, design, innovate, control in sequence. Then after that, the TA in sequence. How can team demonstrate their ability to adapt to unexpected failure or rule change during the competition season? How can team demonstrate their ability to adapt to unexpected failure or rule? So these are the challenges that you might face, but it's the learning process, right? And how did you try to accomplish it, or how did you fix it, and how did you move on? What's a lesson learned? If you always include what was the problem, what was the idea, how do you fix it, and what was the lesson learned, lesson learned is very important of like to make sure to emphasize to the judges or emphasize to your other team members, like, how did we learn? Could we have done it jumping from 1 to 5 instead of going 1 to 3, or our sequence of thought or fixing an issue was good? Um, you can demonstrate and sustain as well as like how your ability to sequence your life cycle of a team. Uh, what is the most important value a team should display when interacting with other participants? Core values. Core values. Respect challenges. Respect each other opinion. Nobody is. There's no right or wrong in different things. There. I mean, what is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. But if you have an opinion and the other person does not agree with you, it is perfectly fine. You know, agree to disagree, or it's like, you know what, I see what you're saying, but I still like my way in the different ways. And in the same time, I mean, not in my way, but I feel like I can do it this way. So respect each other and keep the core values. Now that you mentioned the personal stories, hold on, let me see this. What is the most important value a team should display when interacting with other participants? I don't know what the last one is. Now that you mentioned personal stories, you can ask me. You can emphasize on number 4, Saban. Uh, will the current AI situation impact the judging process, particularly concerning transfer for AI? No. So judges uses AI only for certain things, not to judge for something else. But we don't judge based on AI. We don't do any of our AI. Everything is personal, subjective, uh, to judging as a whole in judging room. The current AI should really impact the judging process. No, there's no AI involved in judging. I can assure you this. Just how much information should we share as part of our stories? Should we try to make the conversation friendly or keep it as professional as possible? Friendly. You can be friendly, professional. You can be very sincere with your talk, right? Sometimes people, again, judging is subjective, right? Sometimes people take professional, systematic as rehearsed, as rehearsal. Anything comes from the heart is the best way to present about you and yourself and your team. Saban, I want you to tell me, what do you mean about number 4? Now you mentioned personal stories. I don't know if I missed something. I'm sorry. Keep it coming, guys. Very good questions. Rookie team, ask any questions you want.
Um, I think after these questions, we can move on to Dean's list.
Yes, yeah. I'm
Okay,
gonna take on a
perfect.
couple more questions. Oh, okay, Saban. Okay, I got you. I just want to make sure that I don't that I didn't miss a question that you want me to answer. Okay. If I'm just gonna pause the video real quick, or not pause the video, pause my video real quick, and I'll still monitor the questions if anything comes up, but uh, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay. So I'm still watching the chat. Okay, I'm back. Actually, I didn't leave. I just was looking for a few things. I guess we can start with the second part, the dean's list, since questions concluded. But you can still ask questions if you want. If we have more time and you remember something about the awards, you can ask it. And if we'll give priority to dean's list questions, then I can answer any other questions after that, just to make sure that uh, we give each section its own priority. So, what is Dean's List? I don't know. What's Dean's List? Just kidding. What is Dean's List? All right. So, this information is not secret as well. So, it is out there publicly, and it's under the resources, right? So, what is Dean's List Award, or what is Dean's List? Period. It's an effort to recognize the leadership. I'm gonna make this bigger so you guys can see. There we go. Whoa, that should have been done the first time. It's an effort to recognize the leadership and dedication of the most outstanding secondary school student from first. The Cayman Family sponsors award for selected 10th and 11th grade, right? And there's an asterisk here. Most of the time, you don't find the asterisk. What is the asterisk? But there is an asterisk because there's a certain things. Students known as the first robotic competition and the first tech challenge deans of this award. So these list is on the FRC and FTC as well, right? There are three levels of Dean's List Award students. So again, you have to be in a 10th or 11th grade, so 2 years, minimum of 2 years before you graduate. So you're in a 10th or 11th grade for the season that you start. So this year, if you're 11th grade, you can be nominated. If you're 10th, you can be nominated this year and next year as the 11th grade. If you're 10th grade this year, you can be nominated this year or next year. If you're 11th grade this year, you can still be nominated. If you're 12th grade this year, you cannot be nominated. I'm sure you are the enlisted winner anyways. So the Dean's List is broken into three different levels: the semi-finalist, finalist, and the winner. So every region will get, it depends. Usually it's two students in their 10th or 11th grade. They're nominated by the team. So you can nominate multiple students, and the what happens is during usually championship, not qualifiers or not. So in Romania, let's say, I cannot speak, but let me put it that way. In Italy, because I organized Italy, I know how it works. So we open Dean's List to a to the team that are part of Italy region, right? So if you are a Romanian team coming to play in Italy, you cannot be part of the Dean's List because you already have a region. If you are part of, let's say, a US team goes to Italy to be to play there, they cannot be part of the Dean's List because the US has its own region. So if any team from Italy or from regions that don't have FTC in their country, they can come to Italy play. And now this season's year is their home country is Italy. So multiple students can be nominated for the Dean's List, and two students will be chosen from Italy to be the semifinalists. Those two students, based on a couple of things that happened before, which I'll explain later, those two students will have an invitation to go to be part of the Dean's List in regional championship. Uh, Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that we are in. Yeah. So basically, you'll be on a pool of the finalists. that to go. So the semifinalists up to two, then you go. So everybody gets a semifinalist. Everybody that's so. For example, 10 students were on the dean's list nomination for Italy. Right, those 10 students are all semifinalists because they were nominated and they were discussed on, they were interviewed. But then two out of these semifinalists will move on to a regional championship. From that regional championship, that goes to which are the finalists, right? Which hold on one second. Apologize for that. So those two students will be a part of the regional championship of Italy. They will get invitation to go be part of a world championship in Houston, and they can be nominated to be part of the 10 winners, right? So out of 600 students, 10 of them will be nominated, will be selected to be the winners. The process is, it's a little bit, I don't say it's complicated, but put it this way. So your team members, specifically your mentor, will write an essay. It's a submission for the dean's list submission. The mentor have access to that, and they will submit an essay about different questions about the team, right? About the not the team, about this particular student. The essay, this form, which is part of an essay, has multiple stuff that the mentor will answer. Will talk about the students, about their accomplishment, about their great professionalism, about a lot of stuff that talks about their leadership skills, their dedication, and the outstanding secondary school student. Then, let's say 10 essays or 10 submissions for 10 different students. The judges will do a will do an interview with all those 10 students. Those called interviewer, right? And those are completely separate before the championship. So before Italy championship, we have remote judging. We'll do remote interview. Then they will ask questions. One of the most important things is you need to know what the mentor wrote about you. So you do need to. One of the questions that the judges will ask the students is like, have you read the essay? Have you read what the mentor? It is completely I don't say required, but it's completely okay for you to read what your mentor said talks about you. Not to prepare you, but based on what, because you need to know what was written about you, right? So basically, the judges will ask you questions about what the mentor wrote about you. They will ask you some question personally about, not personal information, but about your accomplishment, about the way you're thinking, all stuff. So there's the form, you will know it when the mentor uh, nominate you, right? Then in Italy, in the championship, there are another set of judges. They review those. Uh, Let me go back a little bit. So out of those 10 students, two will be chosen to be the finalists, right? They are mentioned in they are recommended, right to those two students. Then in the during championship or before the championship, after you have the first interview, there's a judges called reviewer, dean's list reviewer. They review what the judges who did the interview with. They look at their notes. They look at the what the judges wrote about every person, and they look at those two that they recommend. The, at this point, those two are not winners. or finalists, but they are recommended. During the championship, those reviewer will decide if those two recommended students will be the winner or a finalist, not the winner, the finalist. Then those two individual students will be presented with the finalist award and will be invited to when we submit those names, they will receive a letter or they receive an email from First inviting them to come to First Championship in Houston to be part of the celebration, and they will be part of the pool of the whatever 2, 3, 4, 500 students that they're going to be. 10 of them will be chosen for the winners. So it is a process, but usually the mentor recommend you and they write an essay based on a predetermined question that the form has. You will have an interview. So if you're nominated, you will have an interview. Then after that, the reviewer are not going to ask you to interview again. It's an internal process. Judges review those interviews, the 10 interviews that happened a month ago or 2 weeks ago, or whatever. Then they chose those two finalists. This here, the award you can find it in the volunteer resources under this area here, and you can see there's an interviewer and there's a reviewer, right? Um, these are the criteria for the students. Um, Criteria for selecting this first first dean's list award shall include, but not limited to, a student demonstrated leadership, commitment to first core values. Some of the questions were asked, like about manners, effectiveness at increasing awareness of first to their school and community, demonstrate passion for long-term commitment to first, the student individual contribution to their team, contribute the overall success of the team, proven experience in areas of science, technology, engineering, the STEM in general. The student is a role model and can motivate and lead fellow team members, right? Important deans list season date. September 6th nomination open. December 15 nominations are due. Those are for you to be nominated as a dean's list. February 15 is the final selection due to first. So by February 15, we must submit those two. So usually what we do is 1 month before our championship, we are due. So if our championship is March 5th, so our submission is due to first on February 5th. But February 15 is the last, meaning March 15 is the last event you can have as a championship. So that's why it's February 15. These list events, this is part of like the nomination, and this is tells you exactly. So this is the guide for your region how to submit dean's list. And it tells you like nominations due is your final is due. So this is the December is nominations due because you need to have at least 1 month before your nomination. So our event, let's say, is March 5th. So our nomination is due on February 5th. So that means our nomination is due on December 5th. So every region is different. It depends on the championship. So you go 30 days before. These is the word evaluation structure. The chart below is visual aid to show you how the structure is, right? It's a little bit complicated, but I hope I summarize it in the best way. So here, let's start with this. And I'm gonna put it as a, so the coach nominate 2 students from a team, right? Up to 2 students. Dean's list interview only event. So this is when the judges have the one-on-one interview with the presence of a coach or a parent. Dean's list interview only. Dean's list interviewer. Semifinalists are interviewed, notes entered into judges portal, right? Dean's List reviewer. So this is the Dean's List interviewer. This is the volunteer or the judge's role. The Dean's List reviewer. This is on a role, right? So this is the key here. It's a volunteer. This is coach nomination. Red is event. Yellow is action, right? So the coach nominate the Dean's List interview only event. So you'll have a certain date for event. Then after that, judges will have an interview with those nominated students. Then what happens after that? Semifinals are interviewed, notes enter into judging portal. Remember, let's say 10 notes and 10 students will be interviewed. Then after that, it goes to the Dean's List reviewer, another set of judges, completely different than the interviewer, so we can separate opinion. The Dean's List reviewer, the Dean's List reviewers will read nomination and interviewers' notes that happen in here, chooses the finalist, two, usually per region. Then what happens during the regional championship finals is announced, right? You are semifinals here because you were nominated. Finalist is nominated here, usually two, like I said. Then it goes back out of the hand of um, the region, whether Romania, Italy, or whatever. It goes to a Dean's List committee created by first headquarter. Judges from first global judges will ask certain judges to be part of the Dean's List committee. Those committee will read finalist essays and notes and chooses 10. So this committee will read however many, usually Dean's List, and they only choose 10. Then at first championship, those 10s are announced. I hope I made it very simple. If you read the key here, green is what needs the coach to start. This is what happened. It's an event. This is a who does this. This is a volunteer who does this, and what the action happens after that. So you are semi-finalist in this situation right here. So if you're nominated this year, you are semi-finalist. If you are part of those two winners, you are a finalist. And if you selected out of those 10, you are a winner. Semi-finalists, winners, and and I'm sorry, semi-finalists, finalists, winners. Dean's List volunteer role, and you'll have the interviewer, the reviewer. You don't have access to this unless you are selected as a judge, and you can see all these requirements for each. Um, so, and the way that the advancing of region by region, our event has 48 teams in the championship, so we only have two finalists. If you have 50 or 139, we have three. If we have more than 140, in Michigan, we have 144 teams in the championship, so we have four finalists that goes to Houston. Yes, we have almost 600 FTC teams in the state of Michigan. Um, Actually, 564 teams in the state of Michigan this year, not 600. So in our championship, we have two championships. We have Northwest, Southeast, one in here in the States. So in that way, everybody can travel. We have 72 in one championship. We have 72 teams, two divisions, 36 teams division, and we have another 72 championship that are like back to back on the weekend. I am the JA for the first championship. Usually there are two JA, there's a senior and there's another JA, or it could be two seniors. Um, but this is where you see your your region. This is the North America. If you see Michigan, where's Michigan here? I don't see Michigan. Do you guys see Michigan? I think we are a forgotten child in here. I don't know. Maybe it could be a typo. But anyways, so let's look at the international. Uh, Romania. So you have four finals in Romania. Italy. Where's Italy? Two. And this is sometimes subject to change because it depends if the region increase or the not really increase. These are different judges portals, so you cannot get to them anyways because you don't have recruiting volunteers. This is the Dean's List interviewer manual. Again, all this is not a secret. This is all in here for all the volunteers to know and everybody. It's out there, whether you see it or not. It's out there. Uh, I am gonna stop presenting and I'm gonna open this to a Q&A. Okay, first question. For the Dean's List Award, do judges look for technical skills or high-level leadership more often? Uh, Good question. It's mostly leadership, mostly mostly what is the leadership and how are you as a student as a whole within the team. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a leadership commitment to first core values, effectively increasing awareness of first. So mostly leadership, mostly core values, mostly how you are connected with your school, your community, what the extra stuff that you do uh, for first as a student. How passionate are you? Long-term commitment to first. You can share all this information with the judges when they do interview you. Uh, just make sure you answer the question and uh you share everything because this is your time, right? So it is time, but it is good to answer the question with the precise short sentences about everything and expect everything to be asked a question about everything. So we don't ask questions outside the essay, but we can ask a general question about like core values or tell me about a situation where you had to something pertain core values. Okay, so I had a long so I'll answer this as it comes. So the question is for the Dean's List, how should we aim to answer the questions? Answer based on what you know, and if the coach should write something that is true about you, so make sure share everything that's true about you, or share what is uh what is do you think it's right. There's no preparation for an interview. I mean, you know yourself, you know what you did, you can share, you can be passionate about the way you answer because it's part of the criteria. Effective increase your awareness, demonstrate passion for a long-term commitment first. Um, I'm gonna share this here, this particular slide, so in that way, because I'm gonna keep referring to it. Oops, too big. Here we go. All right. Does experience matter in the Dean's List? So do teams with more years in FTC have any advantage over the rookie teams? Again, these list is a student based, not team based. So make sure if you're helping a new rookie team, it has nothing to do with the team. It has to do with that individual. So it has nothing to do with teams, whether you're rookie or FTC. You could be a rookie team, but you've been with FTC or with First since you were an FLL, and you're helping them to start that new team. Eight, does the degree in which we show emotion matter for the Dean's List? If a person tends to perform hand gesture often or is shy, timid, does that interfere with the interview success? No. I mean, uh, you got to think about everybody's aptitude, everybody's way of demonstrating or sharing, or you can be very shy, you can be very, just uh, uh, I don't say non-talkative, but the more you share, the more you share with the judges, the more you tell them that what is written about you is true because based on your reply. So you want to be again passion, effective, and you want to demonstrate leadership commitment. So if you are outgoing and you have a leadership uh, skills and all stuff, so you are most likely gonna want to be talking a lot and expressing what this question was. Uh, what are some key concept questions that really separate the winners from the finalists? There are no particular questions. Again, everything that's written in that submission is a question. There's no question. Again, think about what is written in here, right? Right. The first thing, demonstrate leadership commitment first core value, gracious professionalism, core value, your corporate vision, but mostly GP and mostly your core values that are summarized uh in here, which you guys should know, right? Discovery, innovation, impact, how much impact you make to your student, inclusion, and how much teamwork you've done, right? So those are your core values, if that answers the question. What are some key concept questions? Would being not nominalized for would being nominated for Dean's List contribute to other awards? No, not at all. It's completely separate. Again, Dean's List is an individual recognition, not a team's recognition. The team can win. The team can. The two student from team can be Dean's List finalists. They can win the Alliance. They can win the Inspire. Those are three different awards sections. What improves, worsens our chances of Dean's List? If you don't get nominated by your coach mentor, that worsens your chances. Improved is you are again as a student, you have to work on yourself as a student. Dean's List is a student-based recognition, not a team. It doesn't matter if you're rookie or you're not. Doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the team. It is a self-accomplishment recognition, meaning only you, and that first, or that's the only award that first recognizes an individual that means one student of a student. I shouldn't say one because it could be two from the team. So recognizes the student or a student's effort, right? So everything else is teamwork. Everything else is team, team, team. But Dean's List is only you as an individual student. What is the most effective way for the Dean's List nominee to show their impact on the future sustainability of the teams? It does relate to a team performance, even though it's an individual. And again, this is the individual that contribute to the team, contribute to the overall success of the team. What does the most effective way? So most effective way is like the things that you try to do for the team in order for the team to succeed, to learn, the things that you contribute. Let's say uh, you invited a professor, you invited an astronaut, you invited an inventor, you created a team trip to, let's say, some sort of STEM related uh, endeavor or a trip or visit. So anything that you as a person contributed to share with the rest of the team is the most effective way. Could be as simple as have a webinar that somebody could be invited to from different teams, from different coaches and mentors from your region. That these are all effective ways. How can I make my team the best team out there? These are the effort should be recognized part of the questions or submission. I don't know if I can share the questions, but once you are, I don't, I'm honestly don't know. It could be some of those manuals, this submission, but I'm gonna review it real quick. Uh, but the your mentor will or should share the essay or the questions with you. I'm gonna take a look at this and get back to the to Q&A because I need to see if there's something that pertains to you here. This is how your mentor uh, can fill this information. So here, this guide is out there for you guys. So I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna share it in here. You guys can grab it. I don't know if I can do this. I think I could. Oh, sorry. I stopped sharing for by mistake. I'll answer you. There is 1 second. Nope. It didn't let me. So I don't know if I can share. Um, Alexandra, I'll email you this. You can share with the group. But let me see if I don't know if I can attach. I don't know if I can attach anything in here. But anyways, you can find this guide. So I'm gonna actually give you the link for this guide in the chat. So that way you can open it. So this guide has pretty much everything that you need. And if you click on denomination guide, it will tell you, it will give you all these related question, including this. I think this is a Chrome. Let me get the uh, copy link address. This is the link for that guide in PDF. Um, that it does explain. It has all the questions that you may see so that way you know what these questions in essay, right? So this is what your mentor should fill. Let me go back to the questions. Since the mentor writes the essay, how important is it for the student to explicitly cover the essay points during the interview? Very, very important. Sometimes the mentor forget to mention things, but the mentor should share that essay with you. You can add more things to the essay because the first question I usually ask the students, like, have you looked at the essay? Have you looked uh, at the submission ahead of time? Most times, this 99% of times they say yes. How much should we assist the mentor in writing the essay, if any at all? Uh, that is something I cannot say or don't say, but if the mentor knows you, uh, they should. If not, you can let them know, like, hey, I did this, but it's again, this is nomination from the mentor and the team. So the team has to nominate you, and the mentor will write the essay. Uh, so I can't say how much, or I cannot say anything about it particularly, but uh, you can correct things, or you can add, you can mention things that it can be forgotten. It's up to you. It's up to the team. Again, this is a team nomination and a mentor submission. In the short interview time, what is the single most important takeaway the judges should have about the nominee when they? Good question, Darius. Um, so leadership first thing comes in mind because it is part of the criteria. The leadership, commitment to core values, and how this student is a first student, is a deserving Dean's List first student. So um, it's everything that you do, everything you did, everything you've accomplished towards within the core values, and increasing the first to your school community, everything you succeeded, or you're working on, or you worked on to demonstrate the long-term commitment to first as an alumni after, or as a mentor coming back to mentor teams, or anything that can contribute. Again, this is individual to recognize and then a student's effort for being part of first, and continuity of first in their after graduation, right? I hope I am answering your questions the way I understood it. If you need to follow up question, please feel free to ask the question. You can say it, or you can type it. We do have more time for questions, and if you do have questions about awards, please let me know. I put two uh I put two linked. One of them is for this page that explain everything about Dean's List. This is last year's Dean's List. I know this person. Do you guys recognize this guy? He was in Italy last year. He was one of the winners. Um,
I think
I
so.
Yeah, so he was in Italy. So he was Talis. He's from Greece. He's a very amazing student. So the way I got to know Talis is I was during First Global in Athens in Greece last year. He was helping teams fix the robots. He was part of a hospital, robot hospital. As a judge, I cannot go talk to the team individually. We have to be in pairs, but I had to go talk to the team about something, but I couldn't find anybody next to me, so I grabbed them. So I told him, "Was like, hey, can you come with me? Are you busy?" He's like, "I am, but what do you need?" I told him, "Okay, can you come with me real quick? I want to talk to the team." He's like, "Sure." He walked with me. He was amazing student. He was just like very helpful, very out there, and we became friends. And actually, uh, just like how much students can leave impact on a an adult, or how much you can leave an impact on students. Let me show you something. So one of the things that I cherish the most is my name tags, right? So I keep my name tags because it's kind of like souvenirs for the event. So Talise approached me and asked me, Chuck, do you want to exchange name tags? I froze because first I did not want to say no to him. Second, I like nobody asked me to exchange name tags with him. I told him, you know what? I've never done it before, and he's lucky because I had two name tags that year in First Global. So I told him most definitely, and that's his name tag from First Global. So he gave me his name tag. He asked for it, and like apparently, I guess I left a good impression on him. But sometimes that's how much impression students can leave on you, and how much you can leave on them. Gonna go back to a question here. Are other extracurriculars important for Dean's List besides robotics? Uh, is if it makes you better person, better student to help your team and help the first community, 100%. Yes, if you do coding and you share it with different teams and stuff like this. If you do outreach, if you do presentations, stuff like this, and you share with your community, definitely yes. I mean, I don't see anything that could impact uh, you and impact the team. What makes a nominee? I like Saben. Like he's numbering his questions. He's on a question number 13. Keep it coming, Saben. Hopefully, I'm saying you right correctly. Give me thumbs up. Maybe give me okay. Uh, Number 13. I love it. He just like number his question. What makes a nominee unforgettable? I think I just answered that by mentioning police, right? I did not nominate him. He was not part of my region, but like he happened to be a nominee. What makes a nominee unforgettable is how much impact you leave on your interviewer, how much sincerity and how much they fall in love with you, with your story, with your accomplishment. Oh, Darius too. Darius is numbering his. Darius is or no, Darius is numbering his question too. He's at number 7. What is the biggest difference between these list semifinalists and finalists in terms of how they presented themselves? Good question, Darius. I told you it's confusing, and so it is confusing because the names. So if you are nominated, put it that if you're nominated, you are a semifinalist automatically, right? If you are nominated, I'm trying to go to that. I can't find it. If you're nominated, you are a semifinalist automatically, right? So if you are here, you're a semifinalist, right? Once those two interviewer and those two reviewer chose those two students, you are a finalist for that region. You are finalists for Romania. If you are nominated, you are already a semifinalist, and you get a something like this. I had a button here. Oh, it's right here. You get a button. It says Dean's List semifinalist, right? Because you were interviewed, so you're semifinalist. Um, then, if you're chosen to be in finals for Romania, you are the finalist. If and that give you a way or invitation to go to championship, and you become a winner. Um, each one, if you look at these, they tell you where they're from. I met one person. I don't think it was Ryan. I think I met this person in championship last year. He was there. He was the voice of. Let me tell you which one. I think it was Ryan. Probably it was Ryan. He looks different in here. So I met Ryan. I have a photo of him. But anyways, So you get away if you see if you saw those like videos. So you can record some videos for the teams and all the stuff. So that's one of the perks and one of the recognition. Uh, how should we try to better the FTC community? That's a that's a very strong question. How? Uh, I would say, what is it you're good at that you can share, and what is the FTC community lacking? I'm gonna say something about a person. Uh, that person is on this call. I know him. Um, actually, he may be on this call. I can't confirm. But there's a person from Romania suggested that most Romanian teams are very competitive, which is great. Focus on technical skills, design, engineer, and all the stuff. But we tend to forget about core values and team attributes stuff. And he wanted to make a difference in how can he promote core values, creation professionalism, and team attribute stuff as equal as technical stuff. So you see what's deficient in your community and your teams that are related to the FTC. Work on it. Come up with a plan, a creative plan. Work with to improve that situation. In what I don't know what Romania is. I know Romania is strong in technical and and very competitive and all stuff. This is great, but I don't know anything about that. I don't know more than this from this aspect. In what ways does self-investment counts towards the dean's list? What if we invest our success in the dean's list into spreading FTC to even more people? I mean, yeah, it is part of the commitment and the leadership uh, that I kept talking about it, or I mentioned it. First thing is what makes the dean's list the criteria for being nominated as a dean's list, right? Uh, if we aim for the stars and land between the bolts and the screws of the FTC, I gotta meet this guy, Saban. If we aim for the stars and land between the bolts and screws of FTC, do you have any advice for how to stand back up? If you are an FTC student, you're already standing up. You're already shining. Uh, but I don't know exactly how to interpret your question besides very humorous way of saying it. Um, I don't think. To me, every student is a dean's list winner. To me, every team is a winner, regardless of you get an award or not. Sometimes networking, learning, the journey, being there, uh, having friends that can last forever is the winning is what you win. It first is not about winning or losing. Again, Dean Kamen always says it's not students who build robot, it's the robot who builds students. And that's why there is this. And that's why there is this little button here says more than robot if you see it, right? It first is not about winning or losing. It's more than robot. It's robot building students, robot building their ability to design, to cooperate, to learn core value, to spread joy, inclusivity, fun, teamwork. It teaches you a lot as an individual. If we I gotta meet Saban. I really need to. I'm sorry, I'm saying Saban because his questions are hilarious sometimes. How did you, Chuck, find your passion for RTC, and what do you think we could learn from your journey? Good question. So I'm going to pause on this 1 second. Can you recall a Dean's List interview where the candidate handled an unexpected or difficult question in a way that truly showcased their character? I can't speak of a situation, but I can speak in general. I'll answer you, Saben, in question number 17. 1 second. I can't say in the situation, but I can speak in general. Sometimes the interview for me, for me, because I monitor this interview, uh, sometimes language barrier does not make you comfortable in speaking in English, let's say, right? So the first interview is very crucial because we tend to. So for Italy, for Italian teams, we made sure that we have Italian judges that speak Italian fluently and English fluently. So in that way we can be very that way we can be very fair with the local Italy students, and we can be very fair with any other international teams that were nominated. Some team members were nominated. They don't speak very good English, so they needed translation. So their mentors were translating. So that is sometimes becomes a little bit problematic if you cannot uh, talk freely and and express yourself in your own language, in your own native tongue language. Uh, have there been false positives before the Dean's List, and how was that dealt with? Um, I don't think there will be. There is so many questions that you can generate. You can generate an idea of what the student. And again, and these questions are listed in here, and you can see how many questions there are in the essay, right? And every question has different things, like explain how the student embodies the philosophy of creative professionalism. Has the student increased awareness of first described unit? So all these questions will give us a great idea of like how can we emphasize if the student uh, is a little bit, higher, or can be the next one above or whatnot. Again, it's hard to compare peoples together. Everybody's winner, but out of those 10, you want to show who was the most, you know, um uh, I don't say deserving in that way, but mostly who should be recognized for this effort. Put it that way. Um, I'll get back to number 17, Saban. Give me a minute. When reviewing the Dean's List essays, how much emphasis is placed on fact checking the specific claims regarding the outreach or leadership? We don't. We don't fact check because there's no way we can fact check, right? We take the mentors' gracious professionalism and honesty, and we take the students' answer honesty and gracious professionalism to be correct. Again, uh, you know, if somebody's if somebody is not deserving and displayed as deserving, uh, this is on them, not on the judge, because there's no way we can fact check any of these information. It could be, if it's something that merits this or suspecting or anything, there is a way. There's a different discussion can be happen with the with first HQ and all stuff, but it never got to that point. Then I go back to Saben's question. How did you, Chuck, find your passion for practice, and what did you think? I'm gonna leave it till the end. So I started. I learned about. So wow, I started already. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to put my thoughts together. But anyways, so first is been existing for the past 30 plus years, right? So 30 plus years puts us at, I don't know, I can't do math right now, but 25 minus 30 should put you at 1990 something, right? Uh, So when I was introduced to first, my nephew from Lebanon, I'm Lebanese by the way. So my nephew from Lebanon texted me back in 2016, said, "Hey, we're coming to it wasn't Houston, it was St. Louis for some first robotic whatever FLL, yada yada yada." So I went and visited him, and as when I went there, I fell in love. I fell in love with the whole program, and it was like it was too much, right? Because you have First Lego League and you have FTC and you have FRC, and you kind of like get lost of what is what and who's who. The same year I start volunteering for First, then I learned the process, uh, and I've learned a lot. Um, I find my passion for FTC specifically. So I was always a First Lego League until 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when I found that FTC is a great program uh, to go from being a child to being an adult, right? FRC is kind of like similar, kind of, but in the US is different because FRC is more tangible here. However, internationally, it's not. And that gave me the opportunity to be more involved internationally with students and teams and organization region is through FTC, and that's why I found FTC is a great program uh, to establish a connection or to spark uh, that uh, robotics ideas in different regions. And that's why 3 years ago, I've always backtracked a little bit. When I was a first Lego League judge or lead judge at World Championship in 16, 17, 18, 19, and 2021, during those COVID, we had break and all the stuff. So I volunteered in every World Championship, including 18, 19, both Houston and Detroit. I live in Detroit. It kind of like gave me is like, okay, I see a lot of international teams that high school students are part of First Lego League, and I always say is like, why can't they get more into besides building Lego? You're 17 or 16 years old, you can accomplish more, you can give more, you you can have better learning challenges that from Lego. Don't get me wrong, Lego League is a great tools for the age group that you're in. However, when you are 17, 18, you need something more challenging, more. And I found FTC is the best way for those students for those region to spark that creativity or create a way to get that engineering skills developed in there. So that's why I started helping Italy. We are working closely with Spain to have FTC. Panama is after first global challenge this year. So that's how I find my passion is the way I want to have this program in every country because it's easy to establish. It is a little bit more expensive for First Lego League, but it's not as expensive for first robotic challenge FRC. Hopefully, I answer your question, Saban. Good question. Thank you. What do you think the dean's list could have done to be improved? Um, what do you think the dean's list could have done to it to be improved? Can you just explain to me what do you mean about your question? Just want to make sure that I answer the way that you are asking. Like, how can a dean's list be improved? And Darius, you're welcome on your last comment. Okay. So here we have an what is a change that you would propose to improve the selection process? I never thought about it actually. To me, everybody's a winner. Everybody's a Thalys from Greece. Every individual deserving. And for example, if I want to think, just to give you an answer right off the bat, is I would just increase the amount of students because two students out of 250 teams multiply two students nomination, 500 students, two students nominated, or four in Romania. It's kind of like very low. Probably give them more opportunity. But again, every mentor should nominate their students. Every mentor should emphasize to nominate students. Um, and maybe besides nominating more students, maybe have emphasize on the students, maybe emphasize on the students, on the mentor to nominate. So maybe have the mentor nominate, or ask the mentors like, hey, did you nominate for kind of like push the mentors to nominate the team, or as a team, make sure push your mentor to nominate certain students that you guys see fit within your students. My first answer would be have more students to be nominated as semifinalists. It's a great recognition. Even if you don't win, it's a great recognition. I hope I answered your question. We are 102. I'm going to give a couple more questions. Um, my Instagram, I'm not trying to do a sales pitch here, but you guys should all know all my Instagram. So here's my Instagram too. Feel free to add me, message me anytime you want. I don't mind. So uh, it's been a pleasure talking to all of you guys. It's been an honor for me to be part of this. You know, from the heart of Robot. Um, you guys, amazing team. I'm sure that all the teams in Romania are amazing as well. You're welcome, Saban. But if you need anything else that you think of individually, feel free to add me on Instagram, talk to me. I'm gonna leave my email as well in case you want to email me or communicate with me. Uh, and just make sure it's clear with your mentor too that you are emailing me directly. So make sure CC your mentor on it. Here's my email. This is my first email, like everything about first related. Um, Thank you guys for being here, and you're welcome, Saban, as well for the questions. You guys ask great questions, all of you. Alexandra and Ali and Bianca, thank you for this opportunity, and I hope it was beneficial for you and your region and your team. I would like to congratulate you for this effort, to make a good way to help teams succeed in awards or in FTC in general and in these lists. You guys did great. Again, thank you so much for
So much as well.
having me.
I think it's been really good for everyone, and everyone has got the opportunity to ask you what they didn't know. And thank you so much again, and maybe we can collab further in the future. Who knows?
Of course, anytime, just let me know, guys, and we'll fit it into a schedule. We'll go from there.
Perfect. Thank you so much again.